So Cory Booker, right? Cory Booker, he released some Kavanaugh documents that were not cleared for the public. Now, you know, Kavanaugh, Brett Kavanaugh has been nominated as the chosen, I say nominated, he's been chosen to be the Supreme Court Justice, and he's going through his confirmation hearings right now. And there's some documents, a lot of documents, thousands of documents that have not been released so that people can review. Now, these documents may contain information that will give us a peek into the mind of Brett Kavanaugh and what it may mean for all of us, the entire country, and actually the world. So, Cory Booker said he had documents, that he didn't know why they weren't being released, that they should be released, and it should be up for the American people to decide if they're relevant or not relevant, or whatever. Cory Booker has released 2 tranches of documents from Brett Kavanaugh's time as White House lawyer that hadn't been cleared for public release. Booker released 5 pages of emails on Thursday that were stamped as committee confidential, meaning they cannot be discussed or released publicly. A spokesperson for Grassley confirmed that the documents are still classified as committee confidential. Senator Booker made the redactions that were not in the original documents, acknowledging their sensitive nature. So let's go to why Cory Booker was compelled to release these documents for all of us.
The American people, regardless of your political perspective, should be outraged that we have a process that is keeping critical documents hidden from the rest of the American public. Documents that could be revealing, as we're seeing from the small percentage we've received, documents that could be revealing his views on Roe v. Wade, his views on torture, his views on an array of subjects are being hid from the American public. I knowingly used so-called committee confidential documents yesterday, knowingly in violation of this rule, and I stand by that. The public has a right to know. My purpose is more important than my position. I came down here to stand up for the people of New Jersey and fight for the people of New Jersey. Whatever the consequences, I will stand up and do what is right. I broke no Senate law, but if somebody wants to make that charge, and they're not just empty threats from a bully, if it's a real substantive charge, bring it, I say. I will fight it out on the Senate floor. I'm happy if somebody wants to say that I'm wrong for doing this, because if that is wrong, I don't want to be right.
All right, now, so Cory Booker, I'm sorry, folks. Every time I listen to Cory Booker talk, I just get the feeling that he's not being genuine. It's just my gut feeling, man. I'm sorry, Cory. It's just how I feel, man. When you start talking, I just see through you. It's like, God, man, take acting classes. Okay. Cory Booker released these documents. Let me talk to you a little bit about the documents. Kavanaugh says he's going to vent about changes to legislation impacting faith-based. Okay, here we go. In one email from the second group of released documents, Kavanaugh says he's going to vent about changes to legislation impacting faith-based program funding. So he strongly supports faith-based funding or something. A religious drug treatment center should be no better, but also no worse in the eyes of government than a non-religious drug treatment center. This administration should never be arguing. I would not think that the Constitution actually prohibits a neutral funding scheme just because it may happen to fund religiously oriented programs as well as secular programs. The documents come after Booker released separate documents from Kavanaugh's time as a lawyer for former President George W. Bush's White House. Booker claimed that the documents were marked committee confidential, but GOP aides and Bill Burke, the Bush lawyer sorting through the paperwork, said they had been cleared for public release hours earlier. So, I don't know what to believe about the documents, whether they were committee confidential or if they were LA confidential or if they're confidentially full of crap. I really don't know. And I also, I'm not so certain if this is going to matter all that much. I really don't know. All right, I don't. To me, it looks like a bunch of grandstanding by politicians who are running for re-election. But hey, also, I want to know more about Kavanaugh, just to know it. But knowing it won't allow me to do anything about it. He was chosen by Donald Trump. The Democrats have folded like lawn chairs. They've been folding for all the other justice positions across the country so they could take a break. What happened to that? I didn't see this type of scrutiny being applied. Yes, Kavanaugh's probably not the best choice. I agree. Probably not. But see, that's what happens when you don't win the presidency. And if you really wanted to win the presidency, you would not have ran Hillary Clinton, and you would not have rigged the 2016 election. So Kamala Harris, as we all know, is a tough person to prosecute or prosecutor. Right? She's tough, man. She's a tough cross-examiner of people when it comes to confirmation hearings. You remember classic interaction, her versus Jeff Sessions, where she got the better of Jeff Sessions. She made quite a name of herself by doing so. It was great TV for nerds or political nerds, right? So, like, I'm not into that, but I do recognize that Kamala Harris knows how to put you on your heels. Now, Kamala Harris had some questions for Brett Kavanaugh, and she did not let him wiggle one bit. He did his best. But I want you to know exactly what went down between Harris and Kavanaugh. Here it is.
Judge, have you ever discussed Special Counsel Mueller or his investigation with anyone?
Well, it's in the news every day.
Have you discussed it with anyone?
With other judges, I know.
Have you discussed Mueller or his investigation with anyone at Kasowitz, Benson, and Torres, the law firm founded by Mark Kasowitz, President Trump's personal lawyer?
Be
sure about your answer, sir.
Well, I'm not remembering, but if you have something you want to...
Are you certain you've not had a conversation with anyone at that law firm?
Kasowitz, Benson.
Kasowitz, Benson, and Torres, which is the law firm founded by Mark Kasowitz, who is President Trump's personal lawyer. Have you had any conversation about Robert Mueller or his investigation with anyone at that firm? Yes or no?
Well, is there a person you're talking about?
I'm asking you a very direct question, yes or no?
I need to know I'm not sure I know everyone who works at that law firm.
I don't think you need to. I think you need to know who you talked with. Who'd you talk to?
I don't think I'm not remembering, but I'm happy to be refreshed, or if you want to tell me who you're thinking of who works.
Are you saying that with all that you remember, you have an impeccable memory? You've been speaking for almost 8 hours, I think more, with this committee about all sorts of things you remember. Yeah. How can you not remember whether or not you had a conversation about Robert Mueller or his investigation with anyone at that law firm? This investigation has only been going on for so long, sir. So
right, I'm not sure. I'm just trying to think. Do I know anyone who works at that firm? I might know.
Have you had? That's not my question. My question is, have you had a conversation with anyone at that firm about that investigation? It's a really specific question.
I would like to know the person you're thinking of, because what if there's...
I think you're thinking of someone and you don't want to tell us.
Man, if you don't tell this woman if you spoke about Robert Mueller's investigation, anyone at the Trump lawyers or his law firm, wasting our damn time. What is wrong with this guy? He's a lying liar, Tim Black. See, us regular people, we just say, hey, yeah, you know, probably, yeah, of course I've talked about this Mueller thing. I'm a human being. I've been walking around. I talked to my wife about it. I said something to my kids about it. It's been going on almost 3 years. Of course I've talked about it. Who did I talk to about it? I don't remember. It's probably been so many people that I've talked to about it that I can't count them all. But did I go and help Trump or advise him regarding it? No. Did I advise his lawyers? Did we do did we hold a huddle trying to find a best way to him to defend himself against accusations regarding the Mueller investigation? No. But see, that's coming from somebody that's, honest. It just keeps it real. That's probably why I wouldn't survive in Washington, because I'm just going to be like, yeah, I did it or I didn't do it. Not into all that political speak. Now, Kavanaugh is a scumbag. All right? If you needed proof that Kavanaugh's a scumbag, all you got to do is look there. You know, he's also a good actor too. Tried to do the Joe Biden or shucks thing. Oh, wait. I just said I don't know. I'm not certain, and you keep on not letting me get out of it. I'm trying my best to wiggle, but you're not letting me, lady. Come on, lady. Stop trying to monkey this thing up. Come on. Trying to monkey up this hearing. See, Kavanaugh doesn't fool me, man. It's not. He is an elitist, like everyone, pretty much everyone in that room, like 90%, except for the people protesting. They're all part of the system, and so is Kamala Harris. And what's going on right now is a display, folks. Look, if you didn't have money to go to Broadway, you didn't have time to go to Broadway, you just cut on C-SPAN and watch the show. Watch the show. Because that's exactly what it is. And yes, Kamala Harris gave it to him. I'm glad she gave it to him. But the reality is, it won't change anything. Unless Republicans don't want him to be confirmed. Because once again, the Democratic Party did not care about the Supreme Court justices. Because if they really cared about it, they would have put someone in who was polling much higher and polling much better against Donald Trump than Hillary Clinton. But they didn't care. The money mattered. Who was in charge in the Democratic Party mattered more than winning. So when they do all of this grandstanding, folks, it really pisses me off even more. Because you care now, you didn't care then. It's like the person who gambles away, well, not gambles, because people who gamble have a condition, they need therapy. You gamble away your money, but okay, the person who just blows their money on rims or blows their money on golf clubs and then forget they got a mortgage to pay. Well, you know, that guy or that woman, they should have thought about the mortgage before they bought the golf clubs and the rims or whatever they brought. The Democratic Party should have thought about this before they spent their money on Hillary or took Hillary's money and then sold the party to her. All right.